Good morning. Happy after Christmas post for me. Yesterday was a good day with food. I managed to have just a couple of sandwiches with turkey leftovers, and I avoided the stuffing and the potatoes and all the other miscellaneous junk that I should not be eating. My vacuum is coming, so I'm going to move my shoes off the floor. Um, Christmas Eve dinner was interesting for me because it was our big dinner with the family. I loaded up my plate like I always do, and about halfway through it, I went, I'm done. I had eaten what I had wanted to eat, and I didn't eat the rest. And I really didn't have a problem pushing off from my plate and not finishing my plate. Now, I was brought up in the generation of clean your plate, clear your plate. Took it, you eat it quickly, and we aren't wasting time at the dinner table. So I tend to be the first one done eating, and my plate's clean. And I'm really working on unprogramming myself from doing that. I don't know if there's any of you out there that have that same upbringing. It's a rough and a really hard thing to unprogram. Um, let's see. We we didn't really do much for the last couple of days. I slept a lot, which is good. Didn't get much sleep last night. I got woke up right after I went to bed, but slept most of the day during the day, off and on, because we were up late the night before playing games with the kids. Um, just trying to remember. It was a good day. I don't think I even hit the cookie jar at all. Those are going to go in the freezer today along with the fudge, and we'll put them away for Jared can have them later in small increments, or I can give them away as gifts and treats. They last for a long time in the freezer. Um, put all my Christmas decorations away yesterday. Everybody went to sleep after about like 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And my grandson and I were sitting here, and I'm like, I'm bored. And I looked at the tree and I went, you're done. And so him and I packed up the tree and put it all away. It was really a fun time to spend. Worked up a sweat because I had to carry all that stuff that was in the living room all the way to the other end of the house and out to the garage. Terry woke up later and helped me. Actually, no, he was in the shower during that. So when he got out of the shower, he helped me put things up in the garage where they belong on the top shelf in the Christmas storage area. Um, yeah, we got everything packed up. I feel better having everything put away. I still have my poinsettia, so it'll be here all year till I kill it. Hopefully, I won't kill it this year. I almost made it last year with my last one, but it was a lot smaller. This one's pretty big. I'll probably repot it and put it into a nice pot that will hold water better than the one that it's got. I have a sty on my eye. I don't get them very often, but it's usually in that same spot. So it might be just a clogged or a duct for my sinuses. My tear duct is clogged usually. So when I have them, they generally last about 24 hours and then they go away and it doesn't bother me anymore. So that's encouraging, but I'll wear my glasses today and then you won't see it. I won't be so self-conscious about it. Everybody will still see it. I just have to remember that nobody cares. Um, have not been on the scale in the last week, just avoiding it like the plague, which is bad. I need to get on there and get reality going. I got to get the junk out of the house before I do that because it's so tempting to walk in the kitchen and grab my favorite treat that I never make because I made them and they're my favorite treat. And I just need to find somebody and share them. Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I don't really have a game plan today. We spend a lot of time together, and our favorite thing to do together is to eat out. I will eat clean if we eat out. I don't think we're going to today. I'm going to go make breakfast for him so he's full before we leave the house. He has a doctor's appointment for his annual to get all the status of all his lab work and everything. All that we'll talk about today. Boy, my screen is fading in and out with color every time I move. It goes red and yellow. There it goes again. Interesting. I'm going to have to change the settings on that so that it doesn't do that anymore, or maybe start using my big camera. Can't think of anything else. I'm not beating myself up over these 2 weeks. I really do want to be on track and going when school starts. I wanted to lose 30 pounds in these 2 weeks, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't lose anything. But I'll get there. I'm gonna lose it. I'm going to. He wants to take me to see my aunt in Florida, and that's a really good motivation to lose some weight because there will be swimsuits involved. I think I mentioned that a couple days ago. I'm working on my business stuff for my scrubbies. I saw them on Amazon. I will show you what they are eventually, but I'm not ready to yet. I just forget to get them when I'm doing this. There are things to do dishes with, but I'm selling those on Amazon. Yeah, shameless plug right there. And I sell books and stuff there too that I've had, and they take up space, and I'm just trying to liquidate some of my inventory in all my books. I have a lot of books. I have a really variety of books. Some are just reading novels, fiction. Some are just books. I got a lot of stuff from my mom. She had a lot of the similar hobbies that I did, so she would buy a book, read it, and pass it down. And so I have all these books. And I don't need them all anymore. My hobbies are pretty set. I have a lot of them. I crochet, I knit, I quilt, I sew clothes if I feel like it. I love to paint, so I don't get to paint very often. I haven't done it in ages. I hand quilt. I love to cook and create. It's like a Cricut, but it's by Brother Sewing Machine Company. So it's called a Design and Cut. Not sponsored by them. Not sponsored by anybody that I mentioned in this. But I'll use that to make t-shirts and bags and just cool things that you can put designs on, tea towels and stuff like that. I know I'm from the weird generation that's between old and modern, and I like the old stuff. I love cotton napkins that you wash and reuse. I love all that kind of stuff. So I should have been born 100 years ago. I'd be dead, but that's okay. I like to play video games. I have a lot of things to keep my mind busy. Having ADHD, growing up, I was never diagnosed with it, but working with kids today, I can be like, yeah, I have that. My hands have to be busy all the time. So I sit and I crochet and I knit for most of my day. And it keeps my hands moving. My hands feel really tight right now because I've had carbs in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. I had a lot of carbs, so my hands are inflamed. And I don't think I could pick up a crochet hook or knitting needles right now and not be in pain from like an arthritis kind of feeling. But it's just the inflammation in my hands. Eating clean will change that. So on that note, my girlfriend that's doing this with me, she called me yesterday, or I called her, I don't remember. And we just started talking, and she's like, oh my gosh, I told this person about it, I told this person about it, and this person from church says, oh, I have kefir grains. I'm like, find her, be her friend, get her grains. I'm probably going to start with my kefir grains once I get them going. It takes about a month, so by the time you see that this video, I should have a nice stash of them going. I would like to share them with this community, and I don't want to make a bank off of them, but I'll sell them for a fair market price, which is I think $10 for like a tablespoon. But I will happily mail them to you because I want other people to be happy and healthy. I've got to figure out how I want to do. I'll probably just do a QR code from PayPal, and I'll put it at the end of this video. You can scan the QR code and it'll take you right to my PayPal account. Log in with your PayPal account and make a payment, and I will send you kefir grains. They will be live cultures in a small little container with a little bit of milk so they don't die. And they'll get to you in a couple days. I will figure out all the mechanics of that before I get my first order when this goes live. And I'd like to do that because I want to see other people get healthy, and I want to hear the results that you have from using your kefir grains. And drinking the kefir and eating the kefir has, as far as I'm concerned, changed my friend's husband's life. He's like, I feel better, I feel happier, I feel full, I feel. And he's suffered or been diagnosed with like a rheumatoid arthritis in his hands and in a lot of his body, but his hands will hurt so bad that he can't use them. It's inflammation, and cutting his carbs has helped a lot, but the kefir seems to just give him that extra boost. I know I feel better. I drank some yesterday. Maybe it was the day before. I gave it to my grandson. He's like, he liked that. I think he's had it before because I think his other grandma has it too. Gave it to my daughter who's pregnant. She thought that was great. I'm like, well, once I get enough, I'll share with her too. My youngest son, who's 17, he tried it because mom's drinking it. It can't be gross. And he's like, well, that's not bad. That's kind of like a Danimals yogurt. I'm like, yeah, but it's way better for you. I want to get my son, my oldest son, he's always had gut issues because he will not eat vegetables. Never has his whole life, and he's always had intestinal trouble. So I'd like to get him on him and get him started with getting his gut healthy, and he won't know what to do because, like I said, it's been his whole life. And get him started and just share some of this with some people, the people that I love. And I would like to share it with you as well, because I know that if you put up with me this long, you are here for the duration and you're ready to make changes in your life. I have fallen and failed, but the thing is I keep getting up and trying again. I have probably one more temptation of New Year's Eve because the kids will come over and hang out for New Year's Eve. We'll play board games and stuff. We play Monopoly and I won. Yay. We'll probably have a rematch on that. Not sure if we'll stay up till midnight or not, but there will be different kinds of munchies. I will bring the cookies and stuff out that we had last week. I'll pull them out of the freezer. But I'm going to try and make more snacks that aren't going to be so bad for me. So like chips and salsa, not the greatest. I eat more salsa than I eat chips because I love salsa, so I might haul that out. But I'm going to be doing some research on what I can do for something I can eat that's zero to celery. We'll put some celery out and then some good peanut butter to allow us to have healthy food available that I can munch on and not totally sabotage me more. I don't feel like I've gained any weight, and I usually don't. I'll go up and down and up and down and up and down. And like yesterday, we had breakfast, but the rest of the day it wasn't much food. So I am not eating. With us being home together, we don't eat unless we're like the growling's going and our stomachs are growling. If he's hungry, he goes and grazes, and he'll have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Or just a peanut butter sandwich. I gotta get the refrigerator cleaned out because that drives me nuts. When I open it up, I'm like, ooh, what choices do I have? And it's all bad food. So I will clean that out and get everything put away so that it's just milk and kefir and eggs. And that's pretty much what lives in my refrigerator. Yeah, there's condiments in the door, but those aren't a temptation. I'm not going to go suck on the mustard. Even though it is good on my eggs, but mustard is one of those treats that it doesn't hurt you because there's like little to no calories in it. I watched a video a couple nights ago on sugar added. Nope, that was last night. And they talked about how they cut out anything that had sugar added to it. If you look at labels, almost everything in the grocery store in the center section has sugar added to it. Things you wouldn't think. She Googled French fries at some of the major fast food restaurants. They have sugar added. French fries have sugar added to them. It's crazy. Everything that is manufactured is either lots of oil, lots of sugar, or lots of salt. They put those three things into them because it's basically tastes disgusting to our taste buds if you don't add those things, because our bodies are so saturated with everything tasting like sugar, fat, and salt. So when you cut the sugar added, salt added, oil added, or fat added, you can actually taste the food for what it is. And when they manufacture foods, they puree it and grind it up and take all the nutrition out of it by boiling it and cooking it and everything. So it's best to eat foods that are whole. Eat the fresh fruits and vegetables. If you can, get organic. If you can't, it's not going to taste as good. Buy the meat that isn't those turkey breasts that are like, or the chicken breasts that are like turkey breasts. Yeah, don't get those. They're great and they're big and but they're chemically laced. So you have to just look at food and realize, okay, I am buying this. I know it's not as good for me as this organic one over here or this pasture raised or whatever. Know what you're buying and be aware of it. But the biggest thing is anything in a package box or can is going to have sugar added or salt added. Our bodies do need salt, so don't cut all the salt out of your body. That's a whole other thing. We are the salt of the earth. That means we need salt. Our brain and organs can't function without salt. It's the way we were made. I'm rambling today. I feel like I am. Anyways, tomorrow or maybe later today, I will do I don't know. Maybe we'll do a post. I'll be cleaning out the refrigerator. I don't know. We'll have some fun. It's so pretty outside. It's cold. It hasn't snowed. I'm ready for snow. So I do have a commitment from Terry. We're going to work in the yard. I've got some leaves that need to be raked up. I've got a tree that needs to be trimmed out front. I've got a tree that needs to be trimmed off the end of the house. I think I want to trim one of my other cherry trees over here too. It's a weeping, blossoming, flowering, no fruiting waste of a cherry tree. It's really pretty. I love cherries. Get that fixed and cleaned up and start cleaning up my pine needles in the back. But working in the yard is my favorite form of physical labor. I also love cleaning my house. So it was a job, but I got it clean. Excuse me. Last night I asked for a piece of cheesecake. He brought me a quarter of the cake. I'm like, no. So on that quarter of the cake, there's a sliver. I ate the sliver and I put the rest of it in the freezer. I'm like, I'll save it for another day and I'll have a bite here and a bite there. My treats, and I asked, I said, well, I don't want it just a sliver. Give me a bigger size piece. But I didn't expect him to bring that much. And he actually expected me to eat the whole thing. That's who I used to be. Now I'll take a sliver because I just want to taste. I want to let it melt on my mouth and taste it. And if I have a taste, I can have a taste every week and it won't kill me. But if I eat that whole thing with the attitude of, if I eat it and it's gone, then it's gone. Well, then I'm going to get another one or I'm going to make another one. So I need to have a taste and be done with it. And I was upset that I couldn't enjoy the whole thing, but I was also pleased with myself that I didn't enjoy the whole thing. I don't want food to be gross, which it is right now. Food is gross to me. Food is not quite poison, but it's getting that point, and I've got to look at it that way sometimes when I'm losing weight so that I don't just keep wanting more of it. Anyways, again, rambling on. Ups and downs. Little feats of wonder and major failures. So I've got to get that balance better so that I am succeeding more and failing less. And having everybody out of the house and having all the treats gone is my first step towards more success. Today we are having leftover biscuits and gravy for breakfast. I think I'm going to go make me some eggs instead and I'll let him eat those. He can lose weight slower than me, and he has to weigh in today, which is going to be funny. Last year he weighed in at 217 pounds. So today's weigh-in really isn't fair because it's right after Christmas, but I'm curious to see what he weighs in at, because before Christmas he was down to 187. For him, that's still 20 pounds overweight. He's 5'4". He's got good muscle mass, but he's 165 looks good. And that's my goal weight. So honestly, I'm going to look skinny at 5'7" at 165 with heavy muscles. we'll see. But that's a goal. So ugh, I've got a lot to lose. I need to break it down into little pieces. I have my planner. I wrote out my planner, and I am committed to writing what I weigh every single day. I would like to write what my vlogs are about, give each vlog a topic and focus, because I really need to focus. But I'm going to focus more on wins and losses during my day. How was I super successful and what was really hard? And I'm going to work on moving out of this spot for my videos more and get you over into my house, into my kitchen. I love prepping food and getting things together. I also am working on a meal plan that I would love to share with you guys. I have one that's kind of set up. It's with a keto intention. But you can add, if you don't want to be keto and you want to eat pasta and rice and all that stuff, it's easy to add potatoes and the filler items to it, and most of the meals are really easy to adapt and pull those things out if you don't want to. Those will probably come out with these videos probably closer to the 1st of February, maybe the middle of February. I want to make them a little bit better and get them to where they work more fluidly. Trying to figure out how I'm going to market them, because there's a lot of work that goes into them. It includes, how did I do it? I think it was 5 breakfast, lunch, and dinners, and that allowed for leftovers. So you've got, because I always get these meal plans and it's like 7 days a week, and then you're like, but I want to have spaghetti that day, and it doesn't allow for that. And so you've got this extra meal and you've got all these extra ingredients and you have to eliminate, and it's just, so I do five per week in that, and it's very beneficial. I'll just do it through PayPal, and I'll probably just do another QR code. It's a digital file. I'll send you the digital file. You can print it out. You can just pull it up and open it up and look at it. But again, it has what the meals are. It has the recipes to make the meals, and it has the groceries required to shop for the meals. And then like suggestions on the ads if you want to add carbs to them or not. I shop at Albertsons and Safeway and Kroger, Fred Meyer sometimes. Those are my 3 favorite grocery stores. They are not the cheap grocery stores. I don't go to Walmart. I don't go to Winco. It's not because they're bad. It's just because in our town, they're crazy. So I tend to shop more in our little bit more expensive stores. But I love Costco, but Costco is 40 miles away. And if I want to have them delivered, I just don't. I don't go to that town. It's a ways. So yeah, so I've got meal plans. I need to write that in my book, that I need to get on that. I need to go clean out my kitchen. I need to go make breakfast for Terry before he gets out of the shower. Have a great day. Be successful. Make good choices. Do what you're doing, whether it's fasting or keto or HCG or whatever you are doing. Do it to the best of your abilities and try and stick with it. And today's a new day. Tomorrow's a new day. Every day is a new day to lose some weight, even if it's just a little bit. Get healthy, get happy, drink a kefir. Fix your body, heal your body from the inside out. Take care.